Pisces, how's it going? It's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com. Or, of course, you may also just simply follow the links below. Also, for those of you who enjoyed the incoming waves and like deep topics when it comes to your spirituality, I have actually decided I'm going to start doing those as their own videos, and I put one up this weekend. It's on a playlist of its very own. You can find that on the main channel page or open the down bar below this video and follow the links there. Also, if you're interested in something a little bit different, I recently posted a video response to a New York Times article titled, "Will Coronavirus Kill Astrology?" I don't recommend getting reactive or posting a bunch of affirmations about whether it will or will not down below, because that's not the kind of energy to feed into this kind of thing. But I did actually post a response, and if you're interested in watching my video response, again, you can open the down bar below and check out the link there, or go to my main channel page. It's under the Deep Topics playlist. So, what is going on when it comes to this coming week? Well, we have the Strength card overlighting everything as it relates to what is going to be transpiring behind the scenes in all areas of your life. And it feels like a lot of you Pisces people are going to notice that a lot of things that have been getting a little bit out of control, out of balance, lopsided, or maybe swinging in very polarized ways are getting reeled in, back to balance, back to a place of being sustainable, healthy, organic, and in the highest interest of all concerned. Because the Strength card is about maintaining not only a healthy balance, but also making sure things, don't stray. Making sure that things that should not really just take on a life of their own without intention aren't able to run amok. In fact, the Strength card upright is pulling back a lot of energy towards you that may have been distributed in a way that was unbalanced, or maybe even dispersed, spent into different projects, different people, different connections, that ultimately were not actually worth the time, energy, and effort, while also redistributing what should not have been spent among that which is actually in the highest interest of all concerned in relation to not only your life and your own personal prosperity, your own personal health, your own personal abundance, but also at the same time your relationships. And we see a lot of this transpire here with the Seven of Pentacles upright and the King of Pentacles in reverse. And this is definitely a week where we're going to be seeing everyone in your life, including you, reaping what you sow. And the Seven of Pentacles upright is actually presenting some very good news as far as a seed you planted long ago suddenly starting to actually become a bit more substantial, getting ready to be harvested, something that's getting ready to be plucked. Now, whether this has to do with work or this has to do with maybe your material or financial affairs, that remains to be seen. But this does look like something that takes us back a little ways. This is something that ultimately goes back, and it actually speaks a bit more to your heart than what you are actually taking on for yourself at this point in time. Now, this could also indicate something that you have been waiting on is now ready to actually be experienced or even acquired by you. And it does mean that you need to start maybe decluttering some of your time, your schedule, or even divesting some money you've been spending elsewhere, or some time and energy or investments you've been distributing elsewhere in order to retrieve, receive, and enjoy that which you actually have already maybe forgotten you created that was actually decent for you. As we get into the King of Wands reversed, however, this is where we get into more of a headache kind of territory, as the King of Wands reversed is indicating that there may be some issues going on with some loyalties, especially as it relates to friendship groups. And I'm definitely seeing this as more of the platonic variety, not relationships, but, this is like the guys, the gals, the entourage kind of thing. And I feel with the King of Wands reversed, there are going to be some issues of some apparent disloyal actions, or maybe even a lack of investment or a lack of equivalent exchange coming up between you and a couple of folks. And the King of Wands reversed ultimately is a pretty fake archetype as far as cards go. They're really more image oriented. A lot of their displays of affection and interest are affectation. They're pretty flaky, and in a lot of cases, they're the type of person who will just try to chameleon their way into any kind of group or or maybe even a project or special interest just because they want instant community and it really is just all about them. But sometimes we can also find that happening in more personal groups and connections as well. And in that case, we have to do something about our boundaries with this person, lest we wish to be used by somebody who is, again, just kind of looking to find, resources for their journey and might even be, misusing or mishandling you as that resource. And so unfortunately this week, now we are reeling our energies back in from fake friends, and that's okay. That's actually a very good thing to do, especially because we don't want them to run amok. But at the same time, again, don't be surprised if you might have to box a few people's ears every now and then when you find out that, we've got a bit of an issue going on. This person or maybe these people that, again, through affectation or via affectation have been attempting to display loyalty or win my loyalty or get my loyalty are not actually loyal at all. That doesn't mean all your friends. Be discerning. When it comes to the Page of Pentacles in reverse, things are a little bit different when it comes to love and romance. And a lot of you Piscean people are going to be noticing that whether it's a new person in your life or an existing partner, there is an air of maybe recklessness going on in the way that they are going about trying to maybe stabilize themselves or stabilize their sense of security in the relationship. Now, the Page of Pentacles reversed, I'm not necessarily getting anyone doing anything negative or anything mean or hateful or anything like that, but it really has to do with maybe them going a bit too far, too fast, maybe overspending, maybe making disproportionate displays, almost making something positive into something negative by putting it on steroids and maybe expanding it wider than it needs to be. With the Page of Pentacles reversed, in a lot of cases, people might be sort of throwing this kind of energy around because they are overcompensating, or they may just be in a situation where they are feeling a tad insecure and they want to make a big display. They want to find a way to prove how intensely they feel and how serious they are about how they feel, but they're taking it a bit too far. And so it might be a time for a lot of you Pisces people to kind of help your partner get their feet back on the ground, help this maybe even a new person kind of stay within the bounds of proportion when it comes to how they handle relationships. Because at the end of the day, sometimes that can be an act of self-sabotage, to go so far, to feel so much and not keep it under control. And you may be feeling a lot of that, kind of flying in your direction from new people or even a partner this week. But it's more important to find out what's got them so jittery and see what they can do to kind of, or see what you can do to help them secure themselves. So that's your horoscope, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because you all know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.